something that you've been working on behind the scenes is going to take off very suddenly. This is the energy of a level of success that I don't think you're prepared for, either because it comes in very quickly, sooner than you would expect. If this is something that you are going to launch or to bring public, then it's like immediately received. This can also be something that as you're kind of climbing the ladder of success and you're expecting like, okay, this is the next level up, you're instead bumped up like several levels. Something that it feels like you will adjust to the reality of that very well, very quickly. I'm hearing a natural, so this is something where it's going to be very natural for you to step into that role, to step into that position, to step into that nature of reality being your life. This is the energy of things changing for you financially in terms of the way in which you see yourself, your ability to set goals, chase dreams, and actually see those through to a place of completion. Not just like I did it, but it turned out better than I expected. So whatever this is that you've been working on behind the scenes, this is the kind of the confirmation to keep going. Like you are almost there. You are almost at the finish line, and it's going to be like better than you expected, better than you thought. We've also got the Page of Swords. So there may already be little whispers in the ether about what it is that you are doing. If you have brought in any collaborators, you've shared bits of your journey, maybe even somebody on like a personal level, like friendship or romance, somebody's put in a good word for you. There are people that are kind of like eagerly waiting for you to showcase whatever this is, because there's a sense of offers that people want to approach with. Offers for collaboration or to, kind of bring you on board with something, to purchase what you have to offer, or, work through kind of like contracts and negotiations. And all that's waiting, the only thing these people and these things are waiting on is for you to kind of bring that through to a place of completion. So this is a sense of like, you're not stepping into nothing. This isn't just kind of like, okay, I've got that at a place of completion and I'm launching or I'm bringing it out, and now I'm going to have to go and like chase down clients. I'm going to have to try to get myself in front of the right people. It's like for a lot of you, you're already in front of the right eyes. Your reputation speaks for itself, or it precedes you, or there's somebody very important, very influential who has like opened a door and it's waiting, it's open. All you need to do is take that next step, and it feels like very quickly you will be approached by somebody that is able to kind of bring you to the next level, or is able to receive and then kind of carry forth in a way that benefits you and benefits them, whatever this is that you have been working on, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. If this has to do with like promotions within sort of your current profession, this can speak about higher ups that have taken notice of you, and they may be waiting for some kind of a project to come to completion, or like a certain deadline to happen, that maybe there's like a hiring freeze on something, or there's like a time of year where typically the budget is then sort of applied to raises, bonuses, promotions, things of that nature. You're the first one in line. It may also be something where you may be asked to kind of take over a position for someone else, or some kind of new department or structure is created, and you'll be asked to kind of be at the forefront of that, or be the head of that department. So it feels like for a lot of you, things getting ready to change and to accelerate very quickly. It may be something where you step into a condition in an environment and you're like, I don't feel qualified for this. Are you sure you have the right person? Are you sure that I'm the right person for this job? Or if it's something that you've been kind of like working towards, you've been hoping to achieve, once you're living in the midst of that, in the reality of that, there may be these moments where you're having to like pinch yourself and like, is this real? And am I really qualified? A bit of imposter syndrome maybe kind of coming up at this point, or sort of right when this opportunity presents itself. But it's a sense of like, you're going to be able to evolve beyond that, that's sort of natural for this level of like elevation. Even if it's a goal or a dream you've been chasing and you're like, this is what I want, this is what I'm working towards, this is what I desire. It's like the reality of that showing up. Give yourself a period of time to kind of like sit in the midst of, yeah, this is my life and I have created this for myself. Yeah, we also have the Eight of Wands. I'm hearing talk of the town. So definitely within your industry, within your niche, there is a lot of kind of whispers about what it is you're working on. This next thing you're going to come out with, or the first thing, like a debut something that you're coming out with. There have already been people that have put in a good word for you. There are already people who have a level of interest, and I'm hearing show me what you got. So it feels like there are, again, people that are waiting for some kind of a prototype, some kind of a rough draft, or some kind of a finished product. You won't just be lost in the shuffle. You won't be having to like find a way to get your foot in the door. Or even if you're sort of, presenting yourself in that energy of you don't have contacts, you don't have connections, although with that, it's like some of you do have contacts and connections and you don't know that yet, but you'll find that out. You'll find out that it's like, yeah, somebody knew somebody who knew somebody, and that puts you at like the head of the line, or it puts you in front of someone, important or relevant to what you're doing. But for others of you where you're having to kind of just go about it the old fashioned way of sort of getting something seen, getting something looked at, presenting something to investors, or, to potential clients, or to something that can bring it a little more recognition or notoriety. It's like the nature of what you're bringing out, what you're working on, coupled with the presentation of who you are as a person, as the creator, as the inventor, as the person who has brought this to life. All of that really adds up to this sense of like it's all very impressive. The full package is impressive. This is like brand recognition energy, where you're not just kind of like going forth into the energy of an entrepreneur, for example. This is kind of like a big brand that you will be building. It will become bigger than what you imagine. This can be something where if you're reaching for that promotion, it's something that within your niche, within your industry, you're very quickly going to gain this reputation, or maybe you already have it, as not just the right person for the job, but somebody that really helps to improve the profession, is so effective at this work that it feels like other efforts to kind of move further up the ladder, or expand into other things professionally. It's kind of like this experience, this window of time. It's going to be something that gets you a lot of credibility. It really works to your advantage in a long-term sense. Yeah, and we've also got judgment. So this again is something that it's kind of like you're going to be amazed at the ways in which even people that doubted you kind of like come out of the woodwork in order to congratulate you, in order to say, yeah, I always believed in you. I always thought this would happen. Some of that you're gonna kind of laugh it off, because it's just sort of what comes with success. For some of you are stepping into that level of success where you're gonna, people that were haters, all of a sudden they're your biggest fan, and they're like, yeah, I knew that person. I grew up with them, went to school together, and you're kind of like the clout chasers sort of thing that they're like presenting to other people to kind of make themselves feel important. For others of you, this is something where you had some silent support, and again, it's like people that are creating an opportunity for you, and they're going to be like, yeah, I always believed in you, and that's why I told this person about you. There wasn't much that I could do for you at the time other than say good luck, or I know you'll be great, but I made sure to kind of pass the word along. I made sure that there were other eyes on something, or when you brought something out, when I heard that you had launched that, or you'd created that, you'd published that, you had actually made that thing happen. I did what I could to spread the word, to share that good news. You may find people even kind of promoting you on social media where you're like, wow, I didn't think they even thought about me, or were in support of my dreams, or were interested in what I had going on. But it's a sense of kind of like that's all about to change. A lot of people coming up to you to congratulate you as well. Even people that might have sort of doubted what you were doing, doubted what you were working on, or people that you haven't talked to in a very long time. You're going to be surprised at how that kind of like talk of the town, that word of mouth spreads, and there's all these people kind of like wanting to come back towards you, and some of them to kind of just like get close and sort of stand in the spotlight with you. But it feels like there'll be a good portion of people that are like genuinely happy for you and expressing that to you, which is sort of an added bonus, or an added incentive for kind of continuing forth with this, not just personal satisfaction and accomplishment, but the fact that there's going to be a lot of people that are very proud of you, or expressing that pride towards you. Yeah, we have the sun. So this is your moment to stand in the sun, to shine like the sun. The spotlight is yours. This is a position where it's like there is no competition. There is only you. So maybe this is something that, you know, is unique. It's yours. It's not something anyone else could do. There's nobody that could like get there to the finish line ahead of you. You know, it's very personal, or it's very innovative. Only you can do this. Only you can bring this forth. It's about you. It's from you. It's inspired by your experiences, you know, your emotions, your kind of perspective on things. Or if this is something where you're kind of like ascending within the ranks of an established professional system, this is the sense of like you have already weeded out all the competition just by being yourself. Even if you feel you have less experience, there's something about your charisma, something about your energy, something about your perspective, something about your work ethic that stands out from the crowd, that kind of like outshines all the competition. So this is the energy of good news. This is the energy of things working out very beautifully for you. And we have the Knight of Swords. So that kind of dovetails into that Page of Swords energy, that it's like these eyes that are on you, these people that are kind of like waiting for that moment to arrive where they can offer that promotion. They got the money for the raises and the bonuses. You know, they can offer you that contract. They can sign you on for something, or, you know, for somebody, this is like someone wants to come be your manager. You know, you may need like a PR person, something having to do with like marketing, or the press, you know, things of that nature. This is something where you're not going to have to seek to find those things for very long. A lot of this is going to find you. A lot of this is kind of like you're in the process of reaching this place of readiness, where there are people that are eager to get on board with you. They're eager to align with you. They're eager to have their name associated with whatever it is that you're doing. Or this is something where, you know, you've been hoping for like a promotion within your current and established kind of line of work, and this is something where, you know, it's kind of like that is noted. You are the obvious choice. For some, this is even like you're seeking in one area, and that may be denied because there's something even better. There's something even more advantageous, and it's kind of like, well, are you sure you want to take this other thing, which might have seemed like what you were looking for? Because we got this better thing opening up. This other thing is available. That would be a better alignment for you, would be a better fit for you, that comes with more perks and benefits. And so it feels like it would be that obvious kind of yes, you know, to sort of move up in a very expedient way. We also have the Knight of Wands. So this is definitely the energy of like a creative energy, a creative path, something that you have forged for yourself through toil, through labor, through sleepless nights, through, you know, kind of maybe working a day job and working on something behind the scenes, something that you've been building towards for a while. This isn't just like, I have this idea, let me start to do something, but you're very near to that place of completion, or a good sort of stopping point where you're able to then show that to other people, get that feedback, get other people on board who are excited. For some, this may involve advances even, you know, or people that kind of like help you with the cost of kind of seeing that through to a place of completion. This is resources, this is guidance, this is advice, this is kind of like movers and shakers, or again, doors of opportunity that are opened for you, that are all coming into alignment. And this isn't just like people, oh, let me do this person a favor, or, you know, sort of like I need someone and there's no one else, there's you. This is like whatever you bring to the table, whatever it is that you are creating, whatever the skill set is, whatever this is that you're birthing into the material realm, and the fact of who you are as a person, how you're presenting, like the full package, the full process, everything about that is very exciting. It's very innovative. There's something very unique about you, a fresh perspective that is making people very excited to be aligned with that, very excited for how this is going to impact an industry, or even affect kind of like other things that are out there. Like there's something very new and very unique about you and what it is that you're creating. We also have the star. Yeah. So for, again, a lot of you, this is your moment in the spotlight. This is your ticket to stardom, your ticket to fame, your ticket to notoriety, maybe even just within, like a mundane profession or industry. This is like you become a leader in that industry. You become someone who is highly sought after, somebody who is highly recommended, something that this is like a step forward that leads to sort of like long-term growth in terms of your career. For others of you, though, this is stepping out of the experience of like working for other people and you're working for yourself. Not just, I started a business, great, I get to be the one that does everything, there's no one else to answer to, the buck stops with me. This is like beyond all of that. This is, maybe that's the experience for like a very short-term period of time, but then things are going to accelerate very quickly. You may need to happen to like take on assistants. You may be hiring employees, go from do it all yourself, and in the first 6 months you're taking on staff. Or this could be something that is like just kind of a solo creative venture, and there's a sense of like that's the ticket to stardom. This is kind of like the thing that gets your foot in the door. It's kind of like the first album, the breakthrough experience, that bestseller as far as books are concerned, that hit as far as movies and cinema. It's that thing that is kind of like it starts your career. It's something that kind of like all other things would be sort of judged or based on the experience of this moment, the success of this thing. It may be something that influences other people as well in your same niche, your same industry, or in other creative fields, to kind of like look at what you've done, look at your process, look at who you are, look what you bring into the industry or onto the scene that really gets those creative juices flowing within other people. It sparks ideas, it inspires, it impresses others, and you've done this, you've created this, and there's a lot of people that are very excited for you to step into the limelight, to allow yourself to be seen and to showcase whatever this is that you are working on. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.